Okie dokie. Artichoke. Okie dokie, artichoke. I wanna feel something real. We didn't have the doc ready. That's totally fine. That's completely fine. That is A-okay. Today's going to be a short video because I have therapy at 1. Breaking news! You actually got the notification? That's big. That's huge. We love that. I love that. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I wanna feel something real. Sorry. Cardigan. Yeah, dude, I put this on and then I realized there's no more buttons. And I was like, damn, I guess I'm just gonna look dumb hot on today's stream. I guess I'm just gonna look wildly sexy. I guess that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Robe Lenti. This ain't even a fucking robe, dudes. This ain't even a fucking robe. This is just a cardigan. I think. Is that what this is called? Oh, God, I look good. Kiss me if I'm wrong, but you love fascists, right? No, we hate fascism here. I wanna heal, I wanna feel something real. Sorry about that. Give me my daily dose of revolution fuel. That's just femboy nut. That's what revolution fuel is. Femboy nut. Alright. What do we got? Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, is still missing. Huh? Wait. This lady's mother went missing? Savannah Guthrie, like the newscaster? Oh, shit. Reports of ransom notes. Oh my God. What the fuck? Thank you for the gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Yo, what the fuck? Luigi! I don't know what she's tweaking about. All right, let's see what Aaron Rupar's got for us on this beautiful, beautiful day. I also want to fill up my coffee. Can we get a belly button lenti? You ain't never gonna see my belly button. There's stuff in the doc, just not organized. Okay, I'll check it out. Send me the link to it. I'll get it queued up. I have to fill up my coffee. We are only going to be live until 12:30 because I have to go. So this is going to be a 1 hour live. We're going to do one video. We're going to get it banged out and good to go. All right? All right. Leave us with the chair. I'll leave you with the chair. I'll leave you with the chair while I get my coffee. All right? What's up, folks? What's up, folks? I'm live on YouTube right now. I'm going to be live for the next hour, maybe hour and a half. We have a lot to talk about. Make sure you tune in. We'll only do videos on YouTube. gym. Either later today or I might take my rest day today. We'll see. At the dock, what do we got? Luigi, shush! Oh, this is from the 4th. It's a big-ass dock today. Isn't this from yesterday? What do you want the thumbie about, Chris? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to look at the biggest breaking news stories of the day. Let's see. Luigi, go to bed! That's good. Are you comfortable, Chris? You look comfortable. I am comfortable. Thank you very much. When can we see Luigi again? I brought her on stream yesterday. She has to spend, guys, she has to spend most of her time in that crate. She has to heal. Her body has to heal. The more that she spends running around, the worse that she's going to be. You know? So I know it sounds bad, and I know, dude, it's like torture. For me, I don't want her to be in there, but she's got to be in there. She's got to be in there. This cardigan makes you look a little bit too douchey. I am a douche, bro. I'm a fucking douchebag. That's just who I am. Thank you for the $5. I know Trump is mentioned more times in the Epstein files than Harry Potter is in the Harry Potter books. All right. So I'm thinking most Americans say ICE has gone too far. What to know about the congressional fight over restrictions, possible government shutdown. There's got to be some other ICE stuff. All right, Siren, you want to make me a video? Or you want to make me a thumbnail? Make me a thumbnail about Americans turning against ICE. You know, like ICE out. You know, ICE out. And just a crowd of protesters, you know? I think that'd be good, yeah?
As someone who, until the end of last year, was involved in the ag sector, I can tell you it was a record harvest.
I love when this cocksucker pretends to be a soybean farmer when in reality he's a fucking landlord for multiple soybean farms.
So it is a problem of abundance, but costs are up. We are working to bring.
In 2025, more copies of the Holy Bible were sold in the United States than at any time in the last 100 years.
Chris, guess my name, please. Alex.
Now, how about that? How about that? Did you know that, Mr. Speaker? You know, Mike Johnson's a very religious person, and he does not hide it. He'll say to me sometimes at lunch, "Sir, may we pray?" I say, "Excuse me? We're having lunch, you know, the Oval." It's okay with me. But he's a very religious person, and he is popular, and he's doing an unbelievable job. You do thousands of arrests. You arrest thousands of rapists. You arrest thousands of the worst people. You arrest the drug dealers. I mean, we had drug kingpins. We had murderers. Thousands. No incident. We bring them back to their country. 2 people. It's bad. I hate it. I hate even talking about it. 2 people out of tens of thousands, okay? And you get bad publicity. Nobody talks about all of the murderers that were taken out of our country. They don't talk about...
but it was 2 Americans.
They don't talk about we have the smallest trucks. As an example, we've been very tough on the waters, and soon, you know, pretty much overall. But if you look at the waters where we knock out boats, Each vote that we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. We're doing a job like nobody's ever seen before.
That's fucking crazy.
And I said, you know, this is a really smart guy. If I ever get this thing, I got to get it. It wasn't easy, you know. They rigged the second election. I had to win it. Had to win it. I needed it for my own ego. I would have had a bad ego for the rest of my life. Now I really have a big ego. The beating these lunatics was incredible, right? What a great feeling. Winning every swing state, winning the popular vote. The first time, you know, they said I didn't win the popular vote. I did, but they said. So they'd always say, would always start, they'd introduce me. While Donald Trump did not win the popular vote, you know, I'm sitting up being introduced by...
Do you think Bill Clinton will testify under oath that Trump blew him? Here's my thing. Bill, I know Bill. Bill is way older and more decrepit than any of you think. Bill is, he's approaching the end of his life and he knows that. I wouldn't be surprised if he did shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he was under oath and was like, yeah, Donald blew me. Because like at that age, you were already the president. You've already done everything. Like, what do you have to lose? You know what I'm saying? What do you have to lose? Genuinely. I would not be surprised if Bill did something like that.
Democrat or somebody. And they said, why Donald Trump did not win the popular vote. He won the presidency. Here he is. I said, that was terrible. I said, and we won the popular vote by a lot. We didn't want to play any games. This has been a much different. We had a great first term. We had the greatest economy in history, but this one's going to blow it away already. It's blowing everything away. We have 18.
Why are you farming old Trump clips? I don't think this is old. I think this just happened, bro.
Data from the Commerce Department.
You have a Robert Jeffress. I don't know if he's here. Is he here, Robert? Is he here? Robert Jeffress was on television in 2016 when I just sort of announced I was running. And he said, I know every candidate very well. There were 18 candidates, me and 17 others. He said, I know every candidate very well. And I know Trump a little bit, but he may not be as good with the Bible as some of them. He may not have read the Bible as much as some of them. In fact, he may not have ever read the Bible, but he will be a much stronger messenger for us.
Yo, there's no one who actually thinks that Trump has read the Bible, right? Like, even, I know there's got to be some MAGA in here, and yeah, I like to bully you and shit, but you don't actually think Donald Trump read the Bible from cover to cover, right? You're not that dumb. There's no shot anyone believes that. Even like his most loyal supporters are like, I love Donald, but no fucking way has he ever read the Bible. There's no shot. He can't read? I'm sure he can read, but I don't think that he could read the Bible. I've read the fucking Bible. That's a hard book to read, bro. It's next to impossible to comprehend it. It's just, it's fucking stupid. His version of the Bible is Hitler's diary. Nah, Trump's Bible is just fucking Mein Kampf. Granted, I doubt he could even read Mein Kampf, which I've read. Mein Kampf is probably one of the toughest reads you could ever do. It's dog shit. It's not even about like, oh, this is tough because it's grim. No, it's just a terrible book. It's terrible, you know? His version is read? Yeah, I believe it. All right. We got to make our video. We got to make our video.
Commerce Department on National Travel and Tourism Office.
And I said, you know, this is...
We'll get that queued up. All right, so most Americans say ICE has gone too far in a recent poll. All right, and then the partial government shutdown has recently come to an end, but another one may be on the horizon if Democrats and Republicans cannot hammer out an agreement on the potential restrictions to put on immigration enforcement taxes that have been put in the spotlight after 2 fatal shootings. Let's see. Calling Republicans get serious as lawmakers face a February 13th deadline to fund the agency. The House and Senate are completely and totally on the same page in terms of Democrats. Leader Schumer and I had a close, positive conversation yesterday about the path forward. They had a really good and productive meeting. We're on the same page. Jeffries and Schumer steady themselves for bipartisan negotiations. Both leaders appeared eager to capitalize on the public backlash against the Trump regime's immigration enforcement actions. Democrats called to separate the DHS funding following the deaths of Renee Good, a mother of 3. Okay. 10 key demands. What are the demands? Okay. So the demands: judicial warrants must be needed for ICE to enter private property. That's good. A ban on ICE wearing face masks. That's good. Requiring the use of body cams and new laws for use of force. Dude, all right, listen, yo, Chuck Schumer is a little baby back bitch and Hakeem Jeffries is the same. But that is good. If they could get that, that's good. I'll take fucking anything right now. Okay, all right, let's make a video. Let's also just check real quick Trump Truth. Post anything crazy. No, not really. What the fuck is this? The videos never play on this stupid fucking app. Dude, this app is so dog shit, bro. It never fucking plays. Open video in a new tab.
The gentleman will raise his right hand. You solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God. So help you God.
I do. I know Jefferson Smith, and I will personally vouch for him.
There's been a big
What is this?
mistake.
Why don't you tell the people the truth for a change?
You're not a senator. You're an honorary stooge.
This country is bigger than the Taylors, or you, or me, or anything else. Great principles don't get lost once they come to light. They're right here. You just have to see them. Somebody will listen to me.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Mr. Smith would despise Donald Trump. Like, I'm frankly certain this man would stand against Donald. What the fuck? Y'all know that Jeffrey Epstein video was AI, right? The interview, if you see the background, it moves. You're talking about the Steve Bannon interview with Jeffrey Epstein? No, that's not AI. You are incorrect. It is okay to be incorrect. That is not AI. See, because I don't have a lot of time today, I think I'm not going to use any of this, but I will tomorrow because I'll have way more time tomorrow. I have to bang this video out and be out of here in less than an hour. So I'm just going to do the video on ICE. It's going to be an incredibly short video today, but it's needed. It's necessary. Okay? Is that all right, guys? I hope you're not mad. I will cover everything that you gave me tomorrow. You know, this guy doesn't know anything because he just knows lies. Thank you, Butterflies Free. You know, I'd be more, I'd be much more of a liar if, you know, there was money on lying. But the thing is like, what I do makes me very, very little money because I am not a loyalist to the Fuhrer. If you wanted me to be a liar, I would be so fucking rich. I would grift to the right wing. You know, it's the easiest way to make money in the fucking country is to just be a right-wing grifter. They throw so much fucking money at their content creators. It's unfucking believable. Anyway. Let's make our video, huh? Okay. Y'all ready? You're better than that, Chris? Oh, I know. I'll never tack to the right. You fucking kidding? I know that I could get that money, but I ain't gonna lose my dignity and honor for it. How did you study history and become almost all right? Bro, I was falling down the alt-right pipeline when I was 16. That was before I was studying history. That was before, well, I mean, I was always studying history, but that was before I was, you know, even had a fully formed brain. Oh. Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know it yet, but that chicken image was fake. It's actually an art piece, and the person with the image is the artist's friend. I don't give a shit, really. Real or fake, it's in the DOJ files. Anyway. This is me throwing money at you. I'm poor, but I love you. Thank you for the $5. I really do appreciate that. All right, I think we could just dive in. Let me give Luigi a bone so that she calms down. In the meantime, I'll give you some fascism.
Everybody other than the men who were actually responsible for the military defeat. A perfect climate for a myth. A backstab myth. Dolchtos. The Treaty of Versailles is signed, and it absolutely cripples the German people. They lose access to their lands, they lose access to their armies. Massive resentment among the population was starting to grow for these so-called November Christmas.
All right. All right, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Y'all ready? Here we go. Americans hate ICE, by and large. I think it's at least 2/3 of Americans agree that ICE has gone way too fucking far, and it's getting to the point now where we're approaching a potential government shutdown on February 13th if the Republicans do not come to the table with the Democrats' demands for ICE. If you don't know, even Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, the two gelatinous, spineless fucking worms of the Democrat Party, even they have listened to the calls from the American people, and they are stepping up to the plate, and they have proposed new demands to the Republican Party regarding ICE. Simple things like ICE needs to be wearing body cams. ICE cannot wear fucking masks to hide their identity. ICE needs to get warrants before entering private institutions. Like, things that we shouldn't even have to say, things that are just the law, right? So we're going to be talking about that, and then on top of that, I also have a couple of clips from Trump. He had this national prayer breakfast this morning, and it's ironic. He's such a fake Christian. I need to remind you guys, there's no such thing as a Christian conservative. They are faking one of those two things, okay? And this is not my opinion. This is an irrefutable fact, because the teachings of Christ are directly antithetical to the conservative party, right? Christ says things like, like lifting up your neighbors and taking care of the poor and welcoming in the immigrants, right? And the conservatives are like, nope, shut down the border, tell the poor to go fuck themselves, and pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. If you're a conservative, you're a fake Christian. If you're actually a Christian, you're faking being a conservative. There is no such thing as a Christian conservative. They are faking one of those two. And Trump, he's the king of fake Christians, right? And I have a couple of clips here where he's talking about how he's never read the Bible, and he gets pissed off when Mike Johnson is like, hey, can we do a prayer before lunch? He's a fake Christian. And to all of the MAGA voters who thought that he was a good Christian, I don't know how you could have ever thought that. I mean, the guy, he's been married, like 5 times? He cheated on one of his most recent wives with a fucking porn star. I mean, he's a pedophile. He's a rapist. It never ends. So if you ever thought he was a Christian, you are genuinely a fucking retard. But anyway, before we start, hi, how you doing? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I'm a dirtbag leftist wearing a douchebag shirt, right? So I don't make much money here because I'm a dissident of the Fuhrer. So if you do want to support the channel and help bolster my voice, because my voice is your voice, but louder, there's a couple of ways you could do it. The free way: like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That shit costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. If you do want to support the channel financially, you could buy merch like the Democratic Socialist poster, the Duty Calls poster, the Valenti Videos mugs. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got all that jazz. We're making stuff for the girlies too. Don't you worry about that. And then you can click the thanks button to tip me directly. You can click the join button to become a member for $5. And you can become a patron on Patreon. A huge shout out to everybody who has ever donated a single dollar to the channel. This is entirely grassroots funded by you, the viewer, and without you, I wouldn't have this. I love you very much. Thank you for 143,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's just dive in. The first thing I want to show you is some recent polling from NPR here. Poll. 2/3 of Americans say that ICE has gone too far in immigration enforcement. On the heels of 2 fatal shootings of U.S. citizens in Minnesota at the hands of federal immigration agents, 65% of Americans said immigration and customs enforcement has gone too far, according to the latest NPR PBS News/Marist poll. And the Fuhrer is facing the highest intensity of disapproval since just after the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. So Trump keeps on posting stuff on Truth Social saying that he has the best polling numbers he's ever had. In reality, I'm not kidding. He has the lowest polling numbers he has ever had, and some of the lowest polling numbers for a president in American history at the length of time he's been the president in this term. Just so you know, there's been like a 52-point swing in young voters. Like, not even kidding. I think he's -48 with Gen Z voters, which is insane because I believe at one point he was +12. He was +12, like right before the election. So it's absolutely baffling the speed in which he's turning his own voters against him. And it's because of like everything we know. I mean, he's destroyed the U.S. economy. He's a warmongering fascist. He's threatening to destroy NATO. He has a fucking mass paramilitary organization running around the streets demanding to see paperwork, executing people. He's sending migrants to concentration camps. He's building more concentration camps. The guy is the most corrupt president in American history. He took $300 million worth of fucking oil from Venezuela and put it into a private bank account in Qatar. Like, I could just keep on going. The guy, he bombed Somalia, he bombed Yemen, he bombed Iran, we're gonna bomb Iran again. It never fucking ends. He bombed Venezuela, he invaded Venezuela, he kidnapped their leader. It never, ever, ever ends. And don't forget the child sacrifices to Moloch and Baal, right? It just never ends. And even his own voters, they can't fucking defend it anymore. And that's part of the reason why you're not seeing proud Trump supporters anymore. You're not seeing them. And I hope you understand, in 30 years from now, there's not going to be anybody who supported Trump. No one's going to, you go around a poll. Did you support Trump? And it's going to be no, nobody did. Because of the shame, because of the embarrassment, because of how pathetic it is. And it genuinely is. Like, listen, if you're in here and you're watching and you supported Trump, and you still support Trump, like, dude, you're a worm. And eagles do not respect worms. You don't give a fuck about your opinion. You're a fucking moron. Genuinely. Like, anything a Trump supporter advocates for, just support the inverse. Genuinely. It doesn't matter. If a Trump supporter advocates for something, support the opposite. And I guarantee you it's the better fucking option. We're talking about brain-dead troglodyte, toothless hicks. Bro, they're fucking idiots. All right, let's keep reading. The percentage of those saying ICE has gone too far in enforcing immigration laws is at an 11-point increase since last summer. It's driven by independents and Democrats. Both groups went up by double digits. So here's the polling here. The question is, how would you describe the actions of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, in enforcing immigration laws? Do you think they have gone too far? 65% of Americans. Not gone far enough? 12% of Americans, and their actions are about right, about 22% of Americans. Now, we've talked about this a million times. You can always get 20% of Americans to support literally anything. But I want to show you the difference in the Republican mind and the Democrat mind. 93% of Democrats understand that ICE has gone too far. Only 27% of Republicans think that. This is why I tell you, guys, if you do not actually vehemently despise Republicans, you are an obstacle in the way of progress. You can't be like, oh, I mean, listen, I don't hate Republicans, but I don't like their ideas. No, you need to fucking hate them because they genuinely want to kill you. That's not a joke. They actually want to kill you. That's what they want. They're building concentration camps. And what do you think? That's all for illegal immigrants? You a fucking idiot? No. That's for fucking LGBTQ, black, brown, gay, trans, Democrat, leftist, liberal. They don't give a fuck. They see you as cattle. That's it, okay? So if you are not at the point in your life where you actually despise Republicans, please shut the fuck up forever and let the real adults, such as myself, Hassan Piker, and Kyle Kulinski, we will drive the fucking car and you will thank us in the future when you're living in a fucking utopia, okay? Among independents, 71% believe that they have gone too far. Now, I would like to point out this insane statistic. 28% of Republicans think that ICE has not gone far enough. Really think about that. 28% of Republicans think that ICE has not gone far enough. Well, how could they go further? They could open fire on crowds. They could start murdering children. You know, that's how they could be going further. And that is what 28% of Republicans want. They want us dead. Okay, now let's talk about Trump's overall approval. His overall approval rating remains low at 39%, with 56% disapproval and a whopping 51% strongly disapproving. And that is the highest Marist has seen in its polling since it started asking how strongly respondents approve or disapprove of the presidents, dating back to 2017. Excuse me, I have a burp coming. Whoa. So sorry about that. Right now, those groups, they're the ones who deserted. So the coalition included younger people, Latinos, and independents, all of whom Trump is struggling with in this survey. So younger people have abandoned Trump entirely. Latinos are starting to abandon Trump. And I would like to say, if you are a Latino and you supported Trump, you are literally a chicken advocating for KFC. You're a fucking idiot. You should never be allowed to vote again. And independents, obviously, these are who he's losing his support with. On Greenland, for example, 7 in 10 Republicans said they supported taking control of the Arctic Danish territory. Again, this is my proof that Republicans are actually an inferior subhuman class of vermin. 70% of Republicans support military conquest of Greenland. That, by proxy, is the dissolvement of NATO. That's the end of the strongest alliance in human history. Now, they don't know that because they're super fucking dumb and they're not capable of thinking 2 steps ahead. All they can think is 1 step, not even ahead. They can just think of the step in their fucking face. Majority of Americans say lowering prices should be a higher priority than controlling immigration. 54% of Americans. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. 44% of Republicans say that they should focus on controlling immigration more than lowering prices. These people are genuinely fucking morons. All right, now I want to talk about the government shutdown that is looming over us, revolving DHS funding. Luigi, go to bed! Sorry about that. If you don't know, Luigi was recently paralyzed and she's in the healing process. She has to just stay in that cage. Anyway, what to know about the congressional fight over ICE restrictions and other possible government shutdowns. So there is a potential government shutdown that is approaching on February 13th. And it all depends on whether the Republicans are willing to negotiate with the Democrats regarding DHS. And the Democrats have made just a handful of demands that I actually think are pretty damn good. Let me see if I could find them. Here they are. All right. Jeffries and Schumer laid out 10 key demands from Democrats on DHS funding, including calling for judicial warrants before agents can enter private property. I don't understand how that needs to be said. That is just the law. That's just law and order. That's just justice. Yeah, you need a fucking warrant before you can enter my domicile, you stupid fuck. How is this something that we need to be arguing on? And here's the thing. If a single Republican stands against getting judicial warrants, then it's like, okay, then fuck you. We'll make our own private paramilitary organization and enter your fucking home. Because you're saying that we don't need warrants. It's all about might is right, the law of the jungle, bitch. So when the parties swap in 2028 and we have the fucking power, are you going to be okay with us breaking down the doors of every Republican congressman and arresting them without a fucking warrant? Because I know you're not. I know you're going to fucking flap because you don't actually have beliefs. You just ride the fucking vibe. And right now the vibe is praise the Fuhrer. All right, second thing is a ban on ICE wearing face masks. Again, how does this need to be said? You are a federal agent. You work for me. I am your boss. I need to be able to know your face. I need to know your badge number. I need to know your name so that when you commit a fucking heinous criminal act, we can charge you. This is basic fucking common sense. And then 3, requiring the use of body cameras. How the fuck is this not a thing already? How the fuck are we expecting federal agents to not be wearing body cams? Just so you know, that Renee Good footage of him of them executing that woman, he's holding his phone in one hand and holding his gun in the other. Just the most unprofessional, stupid fucking bullshit you have ever seen in your life, dude. People are saying that the stream is frozen. Whatever, it'll fix itself. And then last but not least, and new laws for use of force standards, as it should be. I mean, as we saw, ICE executed Alex Preddy on the street. They beat the ever-loving fuck out of him. They pistol whipped him in the face. They illegally disarmed his legally owned firearm that he had a fucking permit for. And then they unloaded 10 rounds into his unconscious body while he was face first into the fucking dirt. Okay? Now, there's more here. Furthermore, there are steps that the Trump regime has the power to take right now to show good faith, including fully ramping down the surge in Minnesota and removing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem from her position. Now that I would love to fucking see. Now, if I had my way, I would love to watch Kristi Noem sniveling and sobbing at a fucking tribunal going, I was just following orders. Stephen Miller told me these orders and he gets the regular with the president and I was just following orders. And then we can drag her by her cunt fucking ear straight into solitary confinement where we feed her gruel for the rest of her miserable life and force her to do slave labor in one of the Utah gulags. That's genuinely what I want. I actually want to enslave Kristi Noem. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. I want that bitch in shackles and enslaved. That's what I fucking want. In a sign of just how far the two parties are on DHS reform, Senator Katie Britt, who has been deputized by Republican leadership to lead talks on behalf of the Senate Republicans, ripped into the Democrats' new proposal in a post on X. Let's see what this is. Democrats' newest proposal is a ridiculous Christmas list of demands for the press. This is not negotiating in good faith, and it's not what the American people want. They continue to play politics to their radical base at the expense of the safety of Americans. DHS, FEMA, Secret Service, and the Coast Guard run out of money in 9 days. Democrats don't seem to care one bit. So let's see. This is the list of 10 demands. Targeted enforcement, that's good, that's the warrants. No masks, require ID, DHS officers have to have ID, that's good. Protect sensitive locations, okay, so schools and childcare facilities, churches, that's good. Stop racial profiling, that's good. Uphold the use of force standards, that's good. Ensure state and local coordination and oversight, that's good. Build safeguards into the system, that's good. Body cameras for accountability, not tracking, that's good. And no paramilitary police, that's good. All 10 of these are like basic agreements that you have to be able to come to the table on. Genuinely, we should be abolishing ICE entirely. It needs to be abolished. But if this is the step that we can take before that, I'll fucking advocate for it. I will happily fucking advocate for it. All right. And then one other thing I want to show you is just some clips from Trump at the National Prayer Breakfast. So here's one.
And I said, you know, this is a really smart guy. If I ever get this thing, I got to get it. It wasn't easy, you know. They rigged the second election. I had to win it.
No, they didn't.
I had to win it. I needed it for my own ego. I would have had a bad ego for the rest of my life.
Well, you also needed it because the Russians and the Israelis have compromise on you. They have videos of you having sex with children because you were a rapist, pedophile, cannibal. And if you didn't win the election, they would have just pumped all that shit out. And the reason why you're the president right now is because you're such a good goy for Israel. The best goy.
Now I really have a big ego. The beating these lunatics was incredible, right? What a great feeling. Winning every swing state. Winning the popular vote. The first time, you know, they said I didn't win the popular vote. I did. But they said. So they'd always say, they would always thought they'd introduce me. While Donald Trump did not win the popular vote, you know, I'm sitting up being introduced by a Democrat or somebody. And they say, why Donald Trump did not win the popular vote? He won the presidency. Here he is. I said, that was...
Yo, on the bright side, at least we know he's decaying in real time. This motherfucker is dying.
I said, and we won the popular vote by a lot. We didn't want to play any games. This has been a much different. We had a great first term. We had the greatest economy in history, but this one's
not true whatsoever.
Going to blow it away already. It's blown everything away.
Yeah, no, you're right. You have blown away the economy. Economy is just blown away. It's gonzo Alonzo, bro. You fucked everything up. I got a couple more here for you.
Copies of the Holy Bible, where the people suffered. In 2025, more copies of the Holy Bible were sold in the United States than at any time in the last 100 years. Now, how about that?
Yeah, selling your own Trump Bible, right? You made so much fucking money off the Trump Bible. Friendly reminder, if you bought a Trump Bible, you're a mental retard.
How about that? Did you know that, Mr. Speaker? You know, Mike Johnson's a very religious person. And he does not hide it. He'll say to me sometimes at lunch, sir, may we pray? I say, excuse me? We're having lunch, you know, the Oval. It's okay with me. But he's a very religious person, and he is popular, and
Hell yeah,
he's doing
M. Webster.
an unbelievable job. So
Hi, friends.
I think God is watching over you. God is watching over him. I don't know about me, so I hang around with him because
He knows he's a son of a bitch. Donald knows he's an evil man.
I feel I'm protected a little bit. People suffered.
All right, I got, I think, another one here.
In 2025, more copies of
Nope, that's the same one. Where is it? You had something about the Bible.
I don't know how a person of faith can vote for a Democrat. I really don't. And I know we have some here today, and I don't know why they're here, because they certainly don't give us their vote. I certainly know that we're not going to be convincing them to vote for a little thing called voter ID.
Hey, by the way, this is at the National Prayer Breakfast. He's somehow making it political when it's supposed to be about like religion and praising God.
It polls at 97%. And even the Democrat, the people, the voters, are at 82% for voter ID, but the leaders don't want to.
Quick reminder, all the SAVE Act and voter ID would do is make it harder for people to vote. I live in New York. You do not need an ID to vote in New York. What you need is an address and a signature that can match the signature from when you registered to vote, right? So I go to vote. If I pull up my ID, they'll say, we don't need your ID. What's your name? I'll say Christopher Valenti. They'll say, what's your address? I'll give them my address. They'll say, let us see your signature. I will sign, and then they will compare the signatures to this. They'll compare the two, the signature that I gave and the signature on file for that address. Then I can vote. It's as easy as that. Not everybody in the United States of America has a fucking ID. And in the United States of America, it is not free to get an ID. Maybe you'd be able to convince some people that like voter ID is needed if there was a way to get a free ID, but it isn't. People are spending $200 to get a fucking passport. It's not easy to get a passport. Not everybody even can get a driver's license, bro. They don't have cars. I live in New York, bro. Fucking 90% of the people in New York do not have a car. And because of that, they do not have a fucking driver's license because they've never fucking needed it, bro. And listen, and also there is a disproportionate amount of black and brown people and the lower income population who do not have IDs. All you will do by creating voter ID laws is make it harder for people to vote and make less people vote. It is that fucking simple.
Prove it. They said they will strike. They will not allow it to happen. It's polling at over 90%. It's called voter identification. When you go to the polls, you show if, yes, my name is so-and-so and I live in the country. I'm here, I can vote.
That's what we already do. That's what we already do, Donald.
They say that's not allowed. And no, everyone's trying to figure it out. And they do something to win. You know what it is? They cheat. But let's get on to another subject. No, at that, they're the finest, probably anywhere in the world, I would say.
It's all projection because this motherfucker had Elon Musk help rig the 2024 election.
But we're trying to pass voter ID and other things having to do with your religion. And getting the Democrats to vote is very, very tough. But we're
Anyway, all right, so listen, if you're here live, thank you very much. Please stay. We're not done yet. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers. Good video. Good video. Short and sweet. Yeah, guys, sorry. I try not to read the donos during filming because I have pretty bad ADHD. Let me go up and read them. Chris, are you looking fine as fuck today? I just know he bad. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Maggie. There should be a Trump Dementia FanDuel-based app where you bet on his ticks. That'd be a good idea. The cardigan got you looking like Johnny Bravo. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, little mama. Come here, little mama. All right, let's get this uploaded. You got my thumbnail, Siren? You got my thumbnail? How long have we been on? Only 43 minutes, and I am going to end the live soon because I have to go. Let's see the thumbnail. You're such a fucking piece of shit. You're such a fucking piece of shit. You're such a fucking piece of shit. Okay. No more masks. Reining it in. No more masks. Body cams on. I like the no more masks one. Hey, Luigi, go to bed. Episode 375. What did I just do? Okay. Title only. Okay. ICE. Hold on. 65% of Americans hate ICE. Oh, God damn it. 65% of Americans hate ICE. Government shutdown approaches because of ICE cruelty. ICE has gone too far. Please do another live later. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Americans hate ICE. Okay. Let's make an advertisement for the video. What the fuck? That's a loud one. That's a real loud one. Huh. All right. That's a real loud one. All right. Let's make a video. Quick advertisement. All right. So Americans fucking hate ICE by and large. About 65% of Americans think that ICE has gone too far. What's funny is 28% of Republicans think that ICE hasn't gone far enough, which means that they want to start opening fire on crowds and executing children in the street. That's what they fucking mean. On top of that, Trump has the worst approval rating he has ever fucking had. I'm pretty sure 54% of Americans strongly disapprove of Donald Trump, and only 29% of Americans approve of him. This is the worst polling numbers that he has had since he tried to violently overthrow the United States government and become the fucking king of America back in January 6th of 2021. Yeah, so, and then he had this like weird ass fucking prayer breakfast where he said that he's never read the Bible and he's a fake Christian. We all knew this. If you thought Donald Trump was a real Christian, you're a fucking idiot. By the way, there's no such thing as a conservative Christian. You're faking one of the two, because the teachings of Christ are antithetical to all conservative policies. So you're either a fake Christian and a real conservative, or a fake conservative and a real Christian. You can't have both. Friendly reminder that heaven and hell is not real, but if it were, every single registered Republican is going to burn in the seventh circle. I got a whole new YouTube video on this. It's already uploaded. If I triggered you, let me know. There's nothing I love more than triggering vermin. New YouTube video, new YouTube video, new YouTube video. All Republicans support pedophilia. There we go. Let's get that uploaded. Chris is a freak. Jack can confirm. You have no fucking idea, bro. You have no fucking idea. You have no idea. You guys really don't. You did not get your Bella Ciao. I'll give you one Bella Ciao for the day. Get it going. Una mattina mi sono alzato, un bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato, ho trovato l'invasor. Oh partigiano, portami via. Un bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morir. I love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. It's so much better in Italian. It is so much better in Italian. New episode of the Valenti VOD. Related video. That one, upload. And now we're going to get that on Instagram as well. Want to see the cutest picture ever? I do. It's going to be your son, ain't it? Let me see. It's going to be Apollo, ain't it? Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. It's going to be Apollo, and I know it. New episode of the Valenti VOD. Oh, yeah, no, me and Nelson have talked. We're already going to be making like an electric guitar version of Bella Ciao with an English translation that is much more so about ICE and the fascists. You know, because Nelson shreds on the electric guitar. And on that morning, it's going to start real quiet with just the guitar. It's gonna be so sick. Yeah, Nelson fucks on the guitar. And on that morning, I was awakened. Goodbye, love, goodbye, love, goodbye, love. And then when you get to it, then the guitar picks up and it turns into a screamo version. Oh, brave resistance, please take me with you. Goodbye, love, goodbye, love, goodbye, love, 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 oh, brave resistance. I can't even go high enough, but you know, it's gonna shred, 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 it's gonna shred. I know that guy who plays Battlefield 6 and does it. I know that guy. It's gonna shred. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta dip. I gotta dip. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love you all very much. You guys are all goated. You guys are all incredible. Thank you for providing me with a job that I truly fucking love. I gotta go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. That sweater is giving. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that. All right, later, guys. Gotta go.